I say welcome to Property Matta again. Today will be Tuesday, the second day in the month of August 2022. And as we take Duam, now we ogbonge oga we sabi well on top waiting property. He get boku knowledge. I talk about no other person, but Engineer Debo Adejana. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Chief.
Happy New Month to you.
Happy New Month. Wow, that is August now, man. That's like 8 months of the year already. Good morning, viewers. How are you this morning? So, we'll be talking about the responsibilities, right, of a property investor or owner, real estate investor, owner. What are your responsibilities? And you know what brought about this topic now, Chief?
In day news, we see what happened for VGC, but yet, because I read small for paper, but yet I think our people talk say, that is to say, it is
it's
best.
from the mouth of the Onikan.
Yes, that you hear.
That we hear pong.
You know, say person they shoot crap.
So it's okay. And Onikan there is Akon.
Like say person where they shop crap.
And I like this your.
Ọlọ́ọ̀ni ngbà tó lóye òsèmẹ́lẹ́.
It's a new one.
Ngbà tó lóye òsèmẹ́lẹ́. When person no do it, it's been in my archive for long. Okay. Because we kì í yọra ni.
Abi.
It's been in my archive
it's
for long.
It's a nice one.
àìmọye tí mi ti lò.
Ṣé?
I have over 76 tí ìfọwọ́ kan.
76.
Tí mi ti ìfọwọ́ kan rárá.
At all. So what are you keeping it for? Your older age?
You know, say no be everything wey you get you go use at once.
Or you don put those ones for your will?
No, really, I see. Baba no go there unless o bá darúgbó.
Okay, Baba dey ti darúgbó.
Ayé mélòó mo ti jẹ.
This white hair is just for
the
fashion.
Even make a person enter 70. Say you go gree, say you don old.
Abi?
You don old.
How I go old?
Oh yeah, but I see your children. You are a potential grandfather.
Me that I'm still a schoolboy.
You is a schoolboy. Èmi gangan ni city boy. Àwa sì kéré.
You grew up in the city.
City boy làwa sì kéré. So,
yeah.
What are the responsibilities?
Now, riding on that story, you know, so if you are not aware, something happened in VGC. NDLA went to a property that was occupied by a tenant who happened to be making some of these hard drugs. You know, he was producing drugs, and of course, so he wasn't just smuggling; he was a manufacturer.
Yeah, they use the house to do proper manufacturing.
And he was using the house to do this. And he's a tenant in that apartment. I understand that they've been on his trail since 2017. Now, what will happen from what we read in that news is that that property will be sealed.
It will be confiscated
by NDLEA. Now, this is a tenant. Then, again, they say that because of what he was making, that water and plants and all in that 500 meters radius of that property where he occupied
has been contaminated.
They didn't even say most likely. They said has been contaminated. Do you understand?
Meaning say all the water wey those ones every they drink.
Then they take small. Maybe some people go see say they drink water, they just dey Larry. You know, Ojúṣà Larry. That's how that people Baba ti wà. They are wondering that is it not water that I too? Not knowing that you know, some things have been, and VGC as an estate then put out a notice that going forward, I think I read from that news somewhere that I don't think the landlord did due diligence, so they say. He didn't take tenants pre-qualification. He didn't. The guy did not fill any form.
Money to spend.
You said?
These kind of people, they get big money to spend. You can't shy away from that.
And getting big money to spend.
No, I'm not saying it's a justification for him not to do due diligence.
No, I understand what you're saying. It's even the reason why they should do better due diligence. I think it stems from a lot of times people underrate the services rendered by professional agents. People underrate that. They commonize
many landlords have even turned to agents too.
They commonize it. They think it's just to look for somebody, negotiate fees with them.
Then they will collect agency and still collect the rent.
and just put them in the house. They don't know that there are certain liabilities that you incur for taking somebody into your apartment, and things that would help you with those liabilities, managing those liabilities, are if you don't what you call your due diligence and you went through a proper procedure to get your tenants.
Okay, speaking of proper procedure, sir, if you say like this case we have on ground now, if you say I get registered agent, wey be say somebody like you now, you are my agent, this kind of thing can happen. Does the law permit me to say, make una no worry o, I get agent where I even pay, where I contract to get this person for me, and na wetin you tell me be this?
Yes, it's the duty of the agent.
Can I drag you into the case?
Yes, the agent has a duty of care, and he's also the professional. You understand? Yes, of course. If, for example, look at what usually happens or what should have happened. Ordinarily, do you understand? Ordinarily, the agent that gives you a tenant,
yes,
that is managing your property, should do what they call property inspection, periodic property inspection.
When you say periodic?
Periodic means, no, depends on the arrangement you have. It could be quarterly, it could be half yearly, and that would mean they would inspect the whole house and give a report in terms of maybe the usage, this thing is spoiled, this is what the landlord will do. They will have meetings with the tenant and all of that. There is no way somebody will be doing that diligently since 2017. And they wouldn't have suspected that something.
You would have seen something.
Something funny is taking place beyond residential in that place.
It's not industrial.
And if they don't even know the danger, they will know that this place was taken for residential. You are using it for industrial purpose, and we cannot allow it. And again, sorry to, because the VGC is even an estate that I'm not sure. I don't think it is easy. At least I used to know.
Don't worry. Say if you know it.
What I even mean is I used to know that at least at the time, if you collected residential spaces, you cannot use it for business purposes. You cannot. The estate frowns at it, holistically, and they were very hard about it. I don't know if they've softened now or not. So all of those things will have made it easy for this person to have been at least eased out of that accommodation if the agent was doing property. Now, remember that this that we are discussing rides on what we have discussed earlier regarding EFCC. When the EFCC said property owners
where they update property say they go carry am.
Yes, and I mean, you can imagine if you have to lose your property because of this situation, because
where you don't even know about.
Well, you cannot say. That's the challenge with what is on ground now. How can you say you don't know about?
Because the one where me are even doing further research and investigation on this theme of discussion. Some people go collect the house, they manufacture sachet water.
Yeah.
They collect house meant for like 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom apartment and they go to produce sachet water, which NAFDAC you don't know about. Which once you come jadi loru they go don package and motor truck it don dey na just to carry and move. Nobody go knows anything dey, and most times people they know but nobody do one said because they feel one show maybe they felt it is normal. Now the next question wey me I wan ask be say when you say make àwọn wole that's an agent now make e come check say maybe e come quarterly. If e come, you as a professional I need your advice. Does my agent have the right to tell me open this wardrobe, open that baggage, open this room, or na to just check surrounding normally? Kini wetin property law e talk about?
He has the right to check the property, to inspect the property.
That means say no limit,
because it's also an announced inspection. It's not unannounced.
Okay, no be shocker.
Yes, no, it's not a shocker. They would have given you notice that they are coming, agreed that they are coming. Okay, we are coming next weekend though for our routine property inspection.
Okay.
Why not? So they will inspect external and internal areas.
So that say family man, you go fit tell him wife, paramo, your children. You understand? Make
Of
everything
course.
day. No, it's funny but funny
Of
because some
course.
people will abuse this privilege if we no clear am. Yes,
Yeah.
some agents might ride on it.
To
Because
do what now?
just see the way people think
I
is
know, I
funny.
understand you,
They
but
just want to let you know, open
that
your
I'm
door.
the agent.
You understand? So that they will know that it must be announced. I am just like making law. Say police go and search somebody. Search warrant, he must dey.
Yes. No, it's an agreed appointment. It's not an unannounced inspection.
What are the responsibilities of a property owner? Na engineer Debo they take us through today vis-a-vis the one wey dey trend, that is the one wey happen for VGC. Wey be say some people calm down o, come use house wey dey rent for residence purpose, take am dey do illegal commercial purpose. I use the word illegal because na manufacturing of some very very dangerous or deadly drugs na they do there. So that one day, and we don also touch the ones wey be say some people sef dey take am manufacture bottled water, sachet water, and all those kind things. Some people dey use am.
As offices, they will
Mm.
take a residential apartment and they will be conducting their official business. They
So you know,
recruit people. Well, if your property says, if the use of where you are taking says the purpose for taking this thing is for residential, you know, if you now take it for other purposes, start using it for other purposes without the consent of the person giving you or the authorities around, then
But what
you've
of in this
converted
era of work from home?
work from home is different from commercial activity now. If you are working from home, you'll be the one working from home.
Then.
Working from home means you have your laptop, you'll be working there.
But the office mi na no.
But not that people will be resuming to that place.
Population go increase.
So because when
Consume
people
more
are resuming to the
electricity.
place, it's not working from home anymore. It's now home office.
Home office.
Or it's even more than home office. Now office that is also
Used as
home probably, you know. So
Yeah.
that's it. And why I needed us to discuss this is so that people that own properties or stay in gated estates will know that there are responsibilities.
We know some things are even going on in their area. Kí wọ́n fojú lẹ̀. Because I want to believe, sir, that this thing is not produced with the way NDLA portray this thing to us. No be something wey be say they go just miss one cup of water.
No, it has
and
to be a laboratory.
It's a laboratory.
It has to be a laboratory operation.
And how big machines e take enter the estate wey security no know, wey update no dey given. So na the essence of, because people are watching and they are learning.
We don't even know how big the machines were, but this person was using people to distribute those
So people,
drugs.
that means influx.
Yes. Yeah, he was using people. Maybe he said domestic workers and things like that. He was using people.
Influx. People go there. One people they enter a particular house more than it should be. And you have 50, 500, 100 in one lake compared to other places. And another thing where
they may not be up to 100, or they might have planned their own arrangement such that they just have a few people that stay with them, almost like people that are staying, and those ones just take the things outside to a particular location to meet with people. So there are many ways that it can be worked out. However, my challenge, or what I needed to point out, is that you can lose your house, your property, for a lot of these reasons. So it is important when you are buying a property, okay, one, to read the terms and conditions that is coordinating that area. If it's an estate, for example, get the laws, the bylaws, get the rules and regulations, get the restrictive covenant, whatever it is that they call it. Make sure you read, understand thoroughly, schedule a meeting with the officials, the facility managers, ask questions, the CDA, the homeowners association, ask questions, and be clear about what you are doing. That's number one. Number two, give your property to professionals. If you are not, so you want to rent out a property, don't give it to quacks to just give you people or manage your properties for you. Give it to people that are trained and knowledgeable in the act of managing properties, so that they know what to do to pre-qualify tenants. They also know that they need to periodically check the property up. They know what to check, and they will give you reports regularly. That liability will be on them. Do you understand? Then also, you yourself don't be an unconcerned investor, an unconcerned property owner. You to be observant, read the reports they give you, ask questions. It is very, very important that you do this, because I can't imagine, that maybe because of how much the guy pays for rent and all of that, the landlord now risks losing his property.
Can we take Jamiu, sir? Good morning, Jamiu.
Jamiu from Abuja.
Hello?
Good morning, Jamiu.
Hello?
Good morning, Jamiu. We can hear you. Oh, please try call us back. That should be network.
So it's important, please, very, very important, and I appeal to property owners to do their diligence, because a lot of people will tell you, now look at, so the estate now, they've brought up a rule to say that, you know what, we will demand for tenants profile, okay, something like tenants profile, tenants appraiser, something, before they now allow tenants in. They had to add a layer of that, because you can imagine also that they are also challenged, because other people now within that property are suffered or have been suffering the consequence of whatever operation was going on in that apartment unknowingly until now. So the estate, in trying to prevent that now, they've added another layer of law to their bylaw to say that, you know what, before a landlord moves in or before a tenant moves in, or every year even, they are saying, they will require an update profile of the person living there. They do. What you are doing, who you are, and all of those things. Almost like your data, will be with them. So that at least if anything happens, this is what you told us you were doing. I mean, you say you are residing here. You didn't say you are, and you say you are working somewhere. You didn't say you are going to do this here. And then the agent of the landlord that is managing the property, the property manager, also checks the property periodically to know, even if somebody, if somebody was manufacturing something in a place and he knows that he's doing something illegal, when he has an appointment with you, he will clear some things. But you know that for any experienced person, there is no how you can clear such that you won't leave some traces or some suspicious things around for like a period of, we are talking about 2017 till now. That's a period of like about 5 years. So if I've been inspecting that property, let's say quarterly or half yearly, I would have had the opportunity of inspecting that at least about 9 to 10 times. There is no way.
From that 2017.
Yes, there is no way if you are carrying on something, some operation,
I would have
nefarious
seen
operation. I would have seen some signs that tells me that this property is not being utilized very well. There is something absurd with the kind of, defects that I'm seeing, or whatever that I'm seeing in this property beyond residential. What could you be doing, for example, maybe in this area that is making the ceiling to just be of a particular color like this? Or why is it that I usually perceive some
funny
odor whenever I come to your own property? All of those things would
those
come
are
up.
Pointer.
Yeah, so it's important to actually check and do your due diligence. Give your property to professionals, let them manage for you, because the fact that you own a property does not mean you are a lord to yourself. You are still subject to the law of the land, even though you are a landlord. You are still subject to the law of the land, and you have responsibilities. If somebody dies in your house, if your house collapses, if somebody is using your house for nefarious activity, all of these things, you have responsibility. You can't say, no, I didn't know, I gave the property to them.
What's the meaning of Okan? I just met and dead. You have to go to police and write reports.
Yes, you have to. These guys now, they've seen the property, they will have to be going through processes to clear themselves. We don't know.
To even first exonerate themselves from
that's
that act.
Yes,
before you even talk
that it was not in partnership.
Yes, before you can't even talk of, say, maybe you won't collect house back. That is if it's not confiscated by government.
That's what we're saying. So it's missealed now, and it could lead to anything if they cannot prove their innocence.
Because this also goes to the use of office where they talk. Some people, they use people house, take do guy. tí wọ́n lọ mọ stage àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ and people you no go know.
That's the one of EFCC, for example, like we talked about, and it's important. We said it that day that it's important what they are trying to do.
Because where they live, you no go use that place. Most places you no go see better property, go dey very scanty, so that it makes it easier for them to move. It makes it easier for them to move. So all these things I feel, because as a property owner, somebody, a grown-up man, I go enter an apartment, the only thing wey you go see na just one share, and you can rent 4-bedroom flat. Just one share, one TV.
And it calls for and this is what we sorry, you were saying.
I said these are the suspicion that you're talking about.
And this is what we talk about when we say, please make sure that you give your property to somebody that is knowledgeable. A lot of landlords,
professional,
all they care about is the person that can pay the highest rent.
Benny.
And you see, the person that will most likely want to pay the highest rent without any issue is somebody that has another plan for your property that you
That's why at times when my landlord he come for me, I will tell her, Ogan was LGBT. You increase Ogan was LGBT. And you see why I use this word is because I know it's not easy for me to cough out what you are telling me. If I give you this thing, jam, be rest assured one day, if the LGBT no, the court law, people like that, and they take for court. That's when tenant to now carry landlord to court 7 years.
So you imagine, I suspect that this tenant now, for example, will be paying very good rent. Maybe if the rent in that neighborhood is, let's say, 5 million naira, this tenant may be paying 6 or 7.
Kai.
He may have the reasons why he wants to pay, because if he's not paying that much, the landlord might evict him. Do you understand? He wouldn't want to be moving from house to house with the kind of thing he's doing. So he has precautionary reason why he would want to pay a premium rent.
Very funny, but one of my neighbor where I did before, he always give landlord money. I said, Mr. Ademori pay man fún táwọn you kó bá fún landlord low, but if others no give landlord money like this, you go make us look like he say, oh, my brother, I get my reason why they give. I say, what's your reason? Tell me. Say, now because his wife you know where. Say wife can beat up the landlady anytime, any day. So if they take and look for good face of the landlord for ground. So at times when people unnecessarily,
I say he does a prepare.
They be like I waiting send them from where they. So when people are unnecessarily good to landlord, if they call for suspicion, we kill them back.
You can imagine.
So I believe we've learned one or two things from today's show. Responsibilities of the property owner. Please join us next week when Engineer Debo plus myself will take us through yet another wonderful discussion. From both of us, we're going to say have a fabulous day and happy new
month.